What's up, guys? Today I wanted to do something different as a bonus video. I was at Montreal Comic Con last week and I really wanted to show you all the art that I picked up. So I can't remember all the artists that I picked these up from, but I do have most of their cards, so I'll show you guys these at the end. Now, because most of these arts are pretty big, let's zoom out so that you can see everything. This is an art book that I'll show you later, so we'll go through it after together, but let's get there. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see everything, but here we go. So this is a little more fun to look at. I put a piece of not a sheet, what is this? Oh, cloth. So I put a piece of cloth down here so it doesn't reflect on the floor. So the first set that I got, of course, Ninja Turtles. And now I'm saying it like Shredder because get ready for turtle soup. And so the artist that I got this from had a full set of Ninja Turtle drawings. And I was really attracted to his style, the colors, and just the way he had his own interpretation on the characters. So the first one we have is Shredder, which I think is really, really cool. I love the small details on Shredder, even the blood stains, which are kind of scary but really neat at the same time. Next we have Casey Jones. Big secret reveal, guys. When I was a little girl, I had the hugest crush on Casey Jones. I don't know why, but specifically in this picture here that was drawn, I love the way that he had this kind of badass look, so I definitely had to get Casey Jones. Next we have Master Splinter, and many of you guys know that I named my cat after Splinter because first, I absolutely love Splinter, and secondly, because my cat kind of has this rat-type looking face, so he reminded me right away of Splinter, so I thought that was pretty fitting. I also love how this version is not the movie version nor the old cartoon version. It has its own twist to it. And it's pretty neat that Master Splinter has a cane, but he can still kick ass. And then we have Rocksteady. So it's pretty cool because the contrast of these colors, he's a bad guy, right? But the colors, it's like this pinkish, glowy color. And the pinkish, glowy color kind of, I don't know, it softened the fact that he's a bad guy, but at the same time I was like, this would actually look really cool in kind of opposition with other pictures that I have because they're kind of blue and green and dark. So I really love the fact that this color was much lighter. And of course you can't have Rocksteady without Bebop. And again, the colors on Bebop are really cool, and I love that he's holding his glasses and looking down at you and kind of being like this punk guy. It's like, yeah, what do you want? I'm not going to do the snorting from the original cartoon. But yeah, the colors are very bright, and I love the contrast of like the bad guys on this light color. So it really caught my attention again. And of course, if I got Rocksteady, I can't not get Bebop, right? So that is the set from that artist. Now we're going into my anime love. Dragon Ball. First anime that I had fallen in love with, not just with Vegeta, but with just the entire story in itself, and don't get me started on Dragon Ball Super. What really got me on this picture is the fact that they're chibi, but not quite. So I thought it was really unique, and I like the fact that they were back to back, so that was definitely a must for me. My other anime love is Sailor Moon, and there was something about this style that was, I think it's the pastel colors, but I think it might also be the baseball bat that she's holding behind, or the motorcycle. I don't know, there was just something about this picture that was just kind of happy and nostalgic, and there was just, the whole picture itself was so beautiful that I just needed it in my room because colors. The next two prints are from the same artist, and they depicted princesses in this badass, bad girl kind of way. So I really like this Belle and Beast contrast, and she kind of has like this sci-fi suit going on, and she's holding a pistol, and she has kind of like this, I don't know, an earpiece. I don't know if she communicates with Beast or who she's communicating with, but there's this kind of backstory that's on there that's, I don't know, it leaves you thinking. And then we have Peach. But look at her. She's not the helpless princess that is waiting for Mario to rescue her. She's actually kind of reminding me of Zelda in some of the stories where she's proactive in her own kind of kingdom. So I really like this picture, and I love all the little accessories she has, and she has little potions and coins, and she has a little star on her belt. I really love all the details on this picture, so definitely this was something I needed to have. If you guys are a fan of Ninja Turtles, you definitely know Eric Tabot. He is an amazing artist. He has the licenses to draw the turtles, and this year he actually had the turtles in the different colored bandanas that we classically know them as right now, and he thought it was weird to do them in these colors, but the fact that he did it, I'm like, I must have this version, because I have his version of only the red bandanas, and I wanted them in the colored bandanas. And just, I love how everyone depicts Mikey, because he is such a klutz, and he's just kind of easygoing because he's just chewing this bubble gum. But yeah, if you guys don't know Eric Tabot, check him out. I'll leave his Instagram down below. And then I saw these two prints that I absolutely had to have. So they were, of course, from the Final Fantasy world, and I love the chibi and I love the colors, so I figured they would look cool in the same frame. So I'm going to be putting them in the same frame, not in two separate frames, just to kind of have them back to back. And that's why I chose these two specific prints, because they were facing away from each other. So I really wanted these ones. She definitely had more of these prints, but I specifically chose these two because they had back to each other, and of course, who can say no to a chocobo? The next few paintings are all from the same artists. So we have Rory and Polly. So we picked a few of their things up because we love colors, and Kat absolutely fell in love with this color scheme right here. But for sure, there is one big flaw in all of the paintings that we got from them, is that they scuff extremely easily. So you have to be very dainty with them, and you have to be careful that it doesn't kind of just, even if it barely hits the corner or if it hits something else, it will scuff and the paint will come off. So you have to be very dainty with them. I'm not sure why, but I might actually have to put a protective clear coat on them just to protect them, because you don't want them to scuff. Of course, since they scuff, I'm keeping them in the plastic until we put them on the wall. The first one we have is not Charmander, but it's Sassy Mander. So oh no, I hope it doesn't scuff. So each picture comes with its own flavor, so that you can put it underneath and kind of has something cool that you can read with each one. And then we have Squirtless. Now, I don't know why Squirtless is Squirtless. I haven't read the flavor yet, but I'm really curious to see that one. And then we have Derpasaur, which is kind of cute because you know exactly who it is, but you're kind of trying to figure out where's heads and tails. And we have Pikachu, but for some reason Pikachu didn't have a flavor. I don't know if they had forgotten to put one or he's just Pikachu. And I know the artist was saying that Pikachu is usually pretty loud and always very talkative, so in this painting he decided not to give Pikachu any mouth. And then not from the original, we have Litten. Pat loves Litten. So he really wanted Litten because he thought it was pretty cute. Does Litten have a flavor? Yes. Is it called Litten? I'm curious. Can we shake it? There we go. Okay, so it says liar, liar. I don't know if you guys can see. Mittens on fire. So that's the next one. And these are pretty small. So getting one is usually not enough if you have a bigger space to fill. And last in this little set, we have Gengar, but they call him a gang hole for the other word for someone who's trying to be, you know, they use the word honest, but they're just not nice sometimes. And next we have Derpy Link. I fell in love with this picture. I definitely wanted it just because I love the face on Link, and I'm hoping this is Epona, otherwise I will sound absolutely like a nut. But I know Epona, that's the only horse name that I know. And again, these things are hand painted. They're not print canvases. So you actually do get the actual work of the artist. So the time and effort put into this hasn't just been reprinted. This is hand painted. But there is a scuff mark a little higher up there, and I'm not too happy about that. So they said that if there are any scuff marks, we can just go back to them next Comic Con and they'll fix it. And lastly, way too big for it to fit on my camera, is Snorlax. It's a pretty big painting. I think it's 2 feet by 3 feet, if I'm not mistaken. And again, this painting actually spoke to us because the background is exactly the same color as our basement's background. So we have all our video games there, and we figured this would be a perfect fit. Now again, we absolutely love these paintings and we love the stuff that we got from Rory and Polly, but as you can see, some parts do have touch-ups where they may have scruffed off or the color may have faded. So yeah, I think it's absolutely necessary to have a clear coat to make sure that they are protected. Lastly, from my Comic-Con haul is Chubby Unicorn's art book. Now, I'm not going to go through all the pages in case you guys want to actually own your own, and I don't want to show off all her pages either. But she does talk about her process, and that's what I absolutely love when it comes to art books from artists, when they talk about their process and when they show you different stages. And let's not kid ourselves, I absolutely loved her use of colors. So if you guys are interested in checking out these awesome artists, I don't know if these are all the artists that I got stuff from, but I'll probably forget a few of them. But if I do remember, I'll put them, the ones that I forgot, in the description box below. But these are the ones that I do remember. I may have forgotten some, but the Chubby Unicorn I didn't grab. I don't think I grabbed her card, but yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on Friday for the tutorial. Yeah!